What up? This is Coach Liebs bringing you episode 14 of Coach Talk. It's Thursday, the day before the game. We play tomorrow night, Friday night versus Pope John. Pope John is another school in our conference, the Big North Conference in New Jersey of all the Catholic League schools. So it's a big game for us, a big game for us to get back on track, to improve on the mistakes that we made last week and just improve as a whole. I think it's been a big theme this week to kind of ask the kids, what could you be doing more? And I think it's been one of those things where some guys feel like they're playing well, and then they feel like it's not on them to get the rest of the team going. Or some guy, someone made a play versus Bergen Catholic, so well, it's not me who has to pick it up, but it is. It's everybody, coaches included. I think it's easy as a coach to fall into it. Oh, these kids just don't want to play, or these kids just aren't bringing it right now. And that's not good enough. That's not an excuse. My job as a coach is to bring every ounce of energy out of every one of my kids and get them to bring more to the team and push themselves further and stretch their limits, just like their jobs. Something I talk about in the receiver room all the time is I'm hired here to coach you and teach you how to play the game and teach you how to be a man and teach you all these things. The only thing that's required of you in my room is attitude and effort. Come in every day with the right attitude, wanting to be coached, excited about the opportunity to be coached and get better and improve and attack the day, and give me your absolute 100% effort every time I ask you to. After that, I don't need anything else from you. We'll figure the rest out as we go. I'll figure out how to fix this technique here. I'll teach you the releases you need, the break points you need. I'll tell you when you're not meeting expectations, and I'll congratulate you when you are doing things the right way. All I need from you as a player is a good attitude and your best effort. And I think it's cool for players. They feel kind of empowered when they're like, wow, this guy's really going to take care of us. And, I can control those two things. I think especially high school kids, something I've learned is they get so caught up in the unknown. Is am I going to be good enough? Is this DB going to be better than me? Are we going to be tough enough? Are we going to win? And I think it gives the kids a certain amount of clarity when you continue to harp on the fact that all I need from you is attitude and effort. Everything else we'll take care of and we'll handle as we go. And they can talk to themselves about, I got to come in, I got to be positive today, I got to work hard today. Those are very achievable, controllable things, and it's a big staple of my coaching style, I think, is to take all the pressure off them, let them just go play and be the athletes, be the playmakers. I'll fine-tune the details. Just you better be giving me effort, and you better be excited about being coached. I don't care what my tone is, what my message is. We have built a relationship where you understand that this is all out of love, and I love you. If you love me in return, respond with a positive attitude and great effort. And we've had that for the most part. It's up and down. It's something that I'm not totally proud of the way we've sustained that throughout the year. I think we've had too many peaks and valleys, and I'd just like to see us continue to climb upwards with more focus and more positivity and more effort. And it's something that, we have a good Monday practice, we have an average Tuesday practice, a good Wednesday practice, a solid walkthrough. It's all just got to be building. And I think it's something I got to do a better job of being on top of these kids. And I think, accountability is an interesting topic because I think what's happened at times is that when you do not hold the kid accountable right then and there on the spot when something happens, there are moments in time that then pass where the kid is confused and thinks that might be okay. When a kid runs a wrong route or jogs off the ball or dogs it in practice or whatever, and that's not addressed right then and there are moments that pass where the kid's thinking to himself like, yeah, I should have given more effort there. Why didn't Coach Lieb say anything to me? Or I know I ran the wrong route there. Did anybody catch that? Is that not important? And they start to question what's important. They start to question, is my effort on this play not that important? Is my route on this play not that important because they threw the ball to the other side of the field and I ran a crappy route but no one said anything? So I think as a coach, you have to be so on top of everything and hold everybody accountable on the spot. Treat everybody, hold them accountable the same way in front of their peers. And there's no room to baby people or talk nicely. It's you are not doing your job. It needs to be better right now. And there needs to be pressure to get that done. And there needs to be a mutual respect where I respect that you're trying, but you need to do something. Let me give you a tip of how to do things better. Or I respect that you're trying, you're not trying hard enough. But I'm respecting the effort they're giving and just asking for more. And they have to respect the fact that it's my job to bring the most out of them. And that if I am criticizing them or coming down on them, it's out of love and out of the fact that I want them to be better. But when you let those things go, when there's not immediate accountability, when rather than tell a kid on the field that he's not giving enough effort and you point it out in the film room, well, a whole 24 hours passed where, he knew he didn't give his all during the whole practice. And it's kind of what we talked about with the good wolf and the bad wolf, right? Where there's two wolves living inside all of us. Well, when I don't tell him to feed the good wolf right away, when I let him feed the bad wolf, and he gives into complacency or laziness or just lack of energy, right? All things that are not helping him become a great football player. And I allow him to do that, even if it's for 24 hours, even if I rip his butt the next day in film and I get after him and I embarrass him or whatever the tactic might be. I might really, really get after him in film. The time that I let pass where I allowed him to feed that bad wolf and I allowed him to talk badly to himself, I allowed him to have poor habits on the practice field, that's crucial time where, something in his brain is being wired to think that's okay. And it's making him more comfortable with dogging it next time in practice. It's making him more comfortable not giving his all next time. And you need to hit that right away, immediately on the spot. Today, for a walkthrough, not so much of that, not as much. Today is more of a mental day. Like I was saying, the work is done. You kind of know what the game plan is. You know the work that's been put in, and now you're just fine-tuning everything. You're throwing the most complicated looks at them. You're just going through any stuff that might show up. This is a big day where, all right, here's a day we'll go over their really supplementary coverages, go over all the shot plays, all the two-point conversions. We start practice with we run through all the special teams, so make sure that guys are paying attention on the sidelines, running in on and off the field to fill those teams. Run through a couple looks versus the scout team for each team, and then the defense goes on. They have about 20-25 minutes to run through whatever plays the DC wants to run through, whatever looks, whatever complications. Hey, we're in this call. They motion from 3x1 to 2x2. How does the call change? All right, well now we're in this call. They do the same motion. How does the call change? What are we expecting? In this formation? All those kind of things where you're kind of quizzing the kids to see what they know and what they don't know. And I think as a coach, you have to be conscious of not being afraid to be wrong. Like, it's okay for a kid to be wrong on a Thursday and not understand. And now is the time to clear it up. Now is the time where you want to try to find those glaring weaknesses where, for me, I might line the defense up in a certain coverage and yell before the play starts, what's the coverage? And if they can't tell me right away based on the coverage indicators, I know that it's not beaten into their head enough, that it's not cemented in their head enough that they're not seeing the high and wide safety, the low and outside corner, and the inside leverage linebacker to see that right away as cover two, or whatever it might be, whatever the look is. That if they're not rattling it off, it tells me what I need to coach, what I need to emphasize more. It tells me what I need to put in their tip sheet that they're going to look at overnight and leading up to the game. But it also tells me what I need to coach them on right then and there, and kind of can formulate, what we're comfortable with. And all right, hey, I feel really good about these plays. They've nailed it all week. We've run it well. We've thrown it well. They understand the look we're going to get, blah, blah, blah. And this is a day through the walkthrough where you're fine-tuning everything, but also trying to figure out what are we unsure of. Let's make sure we clean up any of that uncertainty right now. And that's what we do. We talked about this a little bit, earlier in the week. But the way we do practice is when we play on a typical Friday, so we play Friday night this week. As coaches, players, we take Saturday off. Sunday we come in, we watch the film, we have rest and recovery, and we will lift. Monday, Tuesday are our install days where we're going against the scout team. We're learning the new defense that we're going to see. And it's full pads, full contact. Those are the days where we really have to get our work in. Wednesday is still full pads, full contact. It's what we call day of execution, where now it's all team periods. It's all we've installed the game plan. We know what we were going to run. We know what defense we're going to see. Now let's be perfect, running full speed against it. And like I was talking about, that it's essential that is still energetic and competitive. And then Thursday's a walkthrough, Friday's a game. That's kind of loosely our structure at Bosco. We'll talk more about different ways to do that. But today for the walkthrough, there's a lot of focus, and it's our time to get right and make sure everyone's on the same page. And I feel good. We lost a day on Tuesday because of the rain. Ended up being inside, so we didn't have a full speed practice. So that stinks a little bit. But I think we've had a good week. I think the kids are focused. I think they're hungry to make up for that loss against Bergen last week. So I expect nothing but high energy and nothing but a bunch of competitive dogs out there tomorrow night. We're playing at home in front of their boys. So I think it should be a good day. That's all I got. Thursday, Coach Talk, episode 14. This is Coach Liebs. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.